G'day interwebs, I'm Bman, this is Super Mario Maker 2, it's part 16 of the playthrough. Remember to hit the subscribe button, and there is a playlist on my channel in the description and in the info cards if you want to catch up on the previous parts in the playthrough. So we're going to do Yamamura's Dojo, which is the tutorial facility. We're going to look at tutorials 11 through 15. I haven't had the chance to get Logan to test my level yet. So, yeah, I'm doing the Yamamura's Dojo video instead. Make cool, Yamamura's Dojo. So Yamamura is a pigeon and he's assisted by the human Nina. 11 through 15, the power of power-ups. I think I want my face cam to be up here. So Yamamura, he speaks like a pigeon, but apparently Nina can understand him. So he says cuckoo, which means each game style has a variety of power-up items. Nina replies, "Do you have a favourite power-up, Mr. Y?" Yamamura says, "I'm partial to the propeller mushroom myself. With Propeller Mario, you can reach areas that can't be reached by jumps alone. Nina, please play this." Yeah, Nina's his playtester. Nina says, "Let's-a go." Yamamura says, "See? The coins are in a place that you can't reach no matter how much you jump. But if I add a propeller mushroom, you can power up into Propeller Mario and get those coins." Using coins to guide the player. That's something I learned from Yamamura. Yamamura says, "Give it another try, Nina." Yamamura says, "As you can see, giving players a propeller mushroom enables them to reach new places." Nina says, "Grabbing all of those coins at the same time felt amazing." Yamamura says, "Yes, I placed them so you could grab all of them quickly if you used Propeller Mario's flying ability." Nina says, "Man, coins are just the best. They're just so shiny and beautiful and they taste like..." Yamamura says, "Let's move on quickly." Nina, you haven't been eating coins, have you? Don't eat coins. Yamamura says, "Some power-up items allow Mario to attack enemies in new ways." Here I placed a fire flower and a superstar. See, you place the question mark block, and then you place the power-up item, and then you sort of move it into the question mark block to turn it into an item that comes out of a question mark block. Nina says, "Mwahahaha, cower before my might, foul beasts." Yamamura says, "Of course, if you give the player too many power-ups, it may go to their heads." Nina says, "Yeah, it's no fun being the most powerful being in existence. I yearn to be challenged." Yamamura says, "Power-ups change the way players act. You need to account for them as you design your course." Intermediate lesson 12, all about timing. Well, yeah, I never tightened up the timer on my course. And often it should be tightened if it's supposed to be a beginner level. Nina says, this lesson is about timing, right, Yamamura? Yamamura says, yes, as Mario jumps over enemies and objects who often need to time his jumps to stay safe. Let me show you what I mean. Give this a try, Nina. Nina says, you okay? I had to wait for the lava bubbles to drop back down before moving forward. Yamamura says, I made it more difficult by placing multiple lava bubbles that jump to different heights. Now I'll show you an example of timing with a lift. Please play through this part, Nina. Okay, I think Nina's officially better than me because I would probably die about here. Nina says, you really need to time your jumps when jumping between the lifts. Yamamura says, and I placed both spike traps and a grinder to get in your way. Nina says, it makes you pay attention to both the lifts and the grinder. Yamamura says, timing is everything when it comes to jumping to or avoiding moving objects. Finally, here's an example of some well-timed jumps off of Goombas. You know what to do, Nina. Goombas coming out of a pipe. Looks pretty funny. Here, I required the player to stomp on the Goombas coming out of the pipe to get up to the platform. Nina says, trying to get the timing right really makes you concentrate. Yamamura says, giving the player timing-related challenges like this can create tension. Use it to your advantage. Okay, something that I'm curious about is, while I'm narrating this, I'm saying Nina says, and then I'm saying Yamamura says, and I'm saying it constantly. And like, even if you're a child and you're watching the video, you can surely tell the difference between a human going yada 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 and a pigeon going blah, 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 blah. So if you have an opinion about whether or not I should be saying Yamamura says and Nina says constantly, then put it in the comments. For now, I'm going to continue doing it, but it's a democracy, and if people tell me not to do it in the comments, I'll stop. Creating enticing destinations. Yamamura says, in this lesson we'll cover how to draw attention to areas of interest in your courses. Do you see those coins up there, Nina? They look shiny, don't they? Nina says, coins. Wait, no, stay strong, Nina. Yamamura says, perhaps I'll just sweeten the pot. I've added a block. Let's watch and see a question mark block. Let's watch and see how Nina reacts. Coins and a question mark block? I must have them. Placing a question mark block in a spot like this turns this platform into a destination. Now let's take a look at this next area. There are two different paths of equal width. Which one do you think you'd take? They both look the same to me, so I'd probably just pick one randomly. Yamamura says, but what if they look like this? Nina says, now it seems like the narrow path might be hiding something. Yamamura says, when making two branching paths, we tend to make them both the same size. But with different widths, the player will choose the one that catches their eye instead of choosing randomly. Last but not least, this Yamamura is a puppet master. He's all about guiding the player. And it seems to be a good thing. It seems to be something that happens in retail Mario games. It's like he's giving out the secrets of how they design the actual, retail Mario games. Last but not least, he says, tell me what you see here. Nina says, well, I want to climb up the cloud blocks that go up to the right. I'm also curious about the hidden blocks hiding in those little holes. Can I say one? Oh no, two. There. Yamamura says, good, I created those features to draw the player's interest. He's a puppet master. You can play all sorts of enemies and objects. You can place all sorts of enemies and objects on your way to the goal. But by creating little spots to make players curious, you can get them to explore a variety of paths. That keeps your courses from becoming linear journeys from point A to point B. Nina says, hey Yamamura. She said his name right. If I went to check out the hole down to the left, would I be able to get back? Yamamura says, good catch, I'll need to fix that. I can't believe Yamamura didn't notice that she finally called him by the correct name. Okay, lesson 14 on pardon me, on atmosphere. Yamamura says, the gameplay of your course is important, but the look of your course also impacts the player experience. Nina says, you can say that again. Sometimes the atmosphere of a level is the most important part. Yamamura says, courses. They are called courses. You'll notice I just turned the brick blocks into ground. However, the size and location of the platforms that Mario can stand on haven't changed. Please play this section, Nina. Nina says, oh yeah, Nina time. Nina says, now they look like sturdy natural platforms in a valley instead of platforms floating in the air. Yamamura says, here's another way to change the atmosphere. Yamamura says, Nina, try playing it again. I don't understand what he's done. Are they going to move around? Oh, the platforms will move now. No? No, I don't get it. I don't get what he did. I used the tracks as decorations to make the platforms look like they're unstable. Again, the size and positioning of the platforms haven't changed. So he just made them look unstable. They're not moving or anything. Nina says, it definitely makes them look sketchy, like they're just being held up by some flimsy rails. Yamamura says, let's move on. Does this look like a tunnel to you? A tunnel, says Nina. Not really. Well then, let's change that, says Yamamura. The semi-solid platform can be used decoratively to give an area more atmosphere. Well, I've got to remember that. Nina says, this looks way better. It feels like a real place now. Yamamura says, okay, one last atmosphere example. I changed some of the ground into bridges. The size and position of the platforms haven't changed. Nina says, now it feels like a man-made tunnel instead of a natural cave. Yamamura says, these are just a few ways that you can change the atmosphere of your course by replacing parts. Okay, lesson 15, the final intermediate lesson, treating the player fairly. I think that's very important. Unless you're trying to create some like bullet hell game or something that is purposely supposed to be extremely difficult. Nina says, treating the player fairly. What does that mean? Yamamura says, allow me to show you. Please play my course, Nina. Nina says, okay.
Oh no!
Nina says, why are you like this? Yamamura says, that wasn't very fair, was it? Cheap shots and surprise attacks are almost never fun. Nina says, I didn't even have time to dodge it. I'm done with this level. Yamamura says, hold on now, let me make it up to you. Yamamura says, please try this, Nina. Nina says, whatever.
Oh no!
Nina says, Ragabrag. Yamamura says, haha, I put a hidden block there, knowing that you'd hit it, and fall to your doom. Bah ha 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 ha. Hee 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 hee. Ho man. But seriously, that's not cool. Nina says, so not cool. It might have been funny to you, but it wasn't to me. Yamamura says, as you can see, cheap shots don't make players feel good. Nina failed through no fault of her own. Providing a solid challenge is great, as long as you're fair about it. This is the most important lesson of all. Think about the way your course makes players feel. Your reputation as a maker depends on it. Nina says, remember, no one likes a troll. Yeah, I think that's very important. I think you can make something difficult, but like those, Nina had no chance with those obstacles. They just, the first one dropped on her. The second one was a bit of a troll. There might be a way around it. No, I don't think there would have been. I think to have made the jump, she would have had to have hit the block. Yeah, so you can't make your games impossible, or you can't make them Even if it's like late stage in the game, you would think that you would give the player a chance to see the dangers that they're approaching and adjust their behavior accordingly. In almost all examples, like, yeah, some games are supposed to be insanely hard though, but cheap shots are cheap shots. So if you've watched this far, if you watched all three of my intermediate maker lessons video, then you're now certified by Yamamura's Dojo as an intermediate Super Mario Maker person. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to hit the subscribe button. Feel free to check out my channel, my other videos. I've got a Mario playlist of Super Mario Maker videos down in my description and my socials. So I post channel updates on Twitter, and I'm planning on using Twitch a lot more. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you check out some more of them. Peace out, interwebs.